We are back. It is day number 15 inside of our 30K in 90-day challenge. And today we're going to talk about something that you absolutely must have. In fact, you will not succeed if you do not have this. Now, I want you to know we're going to talk a little bit today, and I've got a video that I'm going to share with you. And I want you to think long and hard about what the next 15 days are going to be like for you. All right. But before we get there, let me introduce myself just in case you are completely brand new and you've never come across me before. You're like, who is this lady? What is she talking about? Well, my name is Tracy Walker. I am a baseball mom. I am a documented seven-figure earner here inside of the network marketing space as well as the affiliate marketing space. With the advent of how things have really evolved over the last 15, 16, 17 years that I've been full time online, digital marketing has really started to take a hold of the minds and hearts of people who truly desire to make money online. And so, as a digital marketer, I have learned some skills that have allowed me to be a master recruiter, help people and connect people to the solutions to their problems as it relates to business, as it relates to health, as it relates to a lot of different things, because I do share, promote other people's products, as well as creating my own digital products. All right. And last but not least, I am a automations expert, and I am an automations expert. And that means that over the years, I have figured out some really cool ways to work less and make more. That means I am not a believer in a lot of manual labor. Okay. I believe that it's better to work smarter and not harder and also have leverage. So if I could have a video like this that goes on my YouTube channel or that goes on my Facebook wall or my page or wherever it is, wherever you're watching this video can play anytime in the world, as many times as someone would like. And I only have to sit here and talk to you guys one time. That is called leverage. This digital asset is going to work for me even while I sleep. And so I love having tools, resources, systems, anything that can help me be a more present mom, anything that allows me to spend more time with my child and not be ball and chain to my computer, my laptop, my phone, right? I don't want to be on the phone all day talking to people. I don't want to be on Zoom all day talking to people. I want my video, I want my website, I want my system to do all the selling and the telling. And I just want to do this and live my life. All right. So automations has helped me to do that. And I want to help you do that as well. Okay. Now we have completed 14 days already inside of the 90-day challenge. And boy, I can't tell you, it does not seem like it's been 2 weeks. Okay. But we have spent a lot of time talking about content. We've talked about finding your perfect customer. I like to call it your target market. We've talked about the messaging, the thing that connects your target market to what you have in their mind, that they know that, hey, this is a solution that I've been looking for, right? Based on what your messaging is to them. We've talked about how to find them. We talked about how to use Chat GPT and create the content, create videos, create scripts, help you with questions to ask people, help you to say what you need to say. And there is really no end to the amount of content that you can create. And even on yesterday, I believe it was on the day 14 video, I shared with you an Instagram reel that I actually just created last minute, nothing fancy, nothing special, where I just used Chat GPT to really create that content for me. And I threw it up on Instagram. Okay. And I looked, I had like 5 people join or follow me because of that one video, a video where I was just doing an example, a video where I was just doing an example. People followed me on my Instagram. And let me tell you, I am not the Instagram guru. Okay. Facebook, YouTube, those are kind of more my wheelhouses. Those are my jams, but Instagram, not so much. Right. So today we're going to shift gears just a little bit. All right. Just a little bit. And I want to talk to you about the one thing that every successful person has. Okay. In fact, you will not succeed unless you have this. And that is belief in yourself. Now I know everybody's like, oh, I believe in myself, I believe in myself. I don't need to hear this. I don't need to hear this. Oh, just show me what to do. Show me what to do. For 14 days, I've shown you step by step what to do. 14 days. And I can guarantee you that maybe 20% of the people that have watched these videos have actually done what I said for them to do. The other 80%, something is stopping you, and it's belief in yourself. Either you don't believe that what you're going to do is going to get the result that you want, so you kind of don't do it, or you succumb to it being new and you having to grow and you really just want to stay yourself while you have a new life, which is kind of like insanity. You can't do the same thing and expect a different result. Some of you guys that are watching may actually be you're procrastinating, and you're procrastinating because you're a perfectionist, right? And you're like, oh, but it's got to look like this. Oh, but my hair's got to be like that. Oh, but the background has to be this. Let me tell you something. Do you see this background I have right here? I went on Canva and I did a search for virtual backgrounds. And I found this little template that I liked it. I changed the words up here because I could edit. I changed those words up there. Okay. Um, I put the pink color, right? These were like gray. I made them pink, this line and this line. Okay. And what you can't see my, okay, this line and whatever. Those were gray. And I typed this in here, right? I could have put a picture in there, but why do I need a picture of me? I'm right here. You can see me, right? I put that in there. Okay. And guess what? Sometimes if I do like this, you can see the background a little bit. Sometimes, right? It's not perfect. You can see the black in between my hands because of the way the image is picking up, right? Like right there, right? You can see it. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you are going to allow things like that to stop you from getting the message to the person that is looking for you, to the person that needs your help, to the person that is scouring the internet, who's up late at night, who's crying, whose stomach is full of anxiety, who where they're looking for a change and they're searching and they're searching and they're searching and they can't find you because you're worried about the black that's showing through here. Let me tell you something. You don't believe in yourself enough. Now, with belief, it doesn't mean that you never have some of those bad days. It doesn't mean that I wake up sometimes and I'm like, oh God, I don't feel like doing this. There's tons of times where I don't feel like doing stuff. There's tons of times where I don't feel like I have a lot of inspiration. There's tons of times where I feel like, oh, I just don't feel like it today, or something happened and it has my mind all messed up, or I'm thinking about this over here when I should be focused about this over there, or get this. I'm scrolling sometimes and I get caught up in the scroll. I get caught in the scroll and I'm like, okay, 2 hours have gone past. You have done nada. Okay. Get yourself back on track, girl. And what I usually do in those times is I have to catch myself. Number one, I have to catch myself and I have to pivot. I will go and I will listen. I'll go to my Apple Music on my phone and I will go to a playlist, motivation playlist, pop. Right? Pop music. So I'm not necessarily listening to motivational speeches, but I'm listening to music that is jamming, right? It's upbeat, up tempo. And literally I will be in my kitchen, jumping up and down, having a good old time. My son is at school and I am turning up in the kitchen because you got to change your state. As Tony Robbins says, you have to change your state. Sometimes I will sit here and I will listen to an affirmations video. Sometimes I will listen to Tony Robbins. Sometimes I will listen to a Jim Rohn. Sometimes I do need a little bit of insight. Sometimes I need somebody to pour into me. And I go to my amazing mentors and thought leaders that I can tap into anytime right on YouTube. And I can get myself going. But you know why I can do that? Because ultimately I know that it's got to work. It's got to work. You see, I've been doing this online thing full time since 2008. 2008. Prior to that, I had a real estate investment company that did really, really, really well until the crash. And when it crashed, we filed for bankruptcy twice, both the bankruptcies. My home that I built, my 3,800 square foot home that I built, I was like 29 years old when I built it, went into foreclosure, pre foreclosure. Two of my three cars went into repossession. I had a Mercedes Benz two-door coupe CL 500. I had a Hummer back then. Remember that Hummer? And we had a Lexus. The Lexus was pretty much paid off, but that Benz and that Hummer, the people were looking. But I had a three-car garage. They couldn't get in, so we would put those cars in that garage, and guess what? They couldn't get them. I had to go down because I was living in Chicago, back in Chicago. I'm from there. Go down to the state of Illinois and had to get ourselves put on food stamps. I had to get myself put in a position where I'm living in a 3,800 square foot home. My home was beautiful, immaculate, marble floors. And I'm begging these people for their stamps so I can put food on my table. And if you go back to some of the very first videos on my YouTube channel, 2008, when I first got on the internet, I was actually facing pre-foreclosure and I was doing videos on the internet. You know why? And you know how I could do it? Even though I would cry myself to oblivion on the stairs of my home when I got done, it's because I knew it had to work. It had to work. There was no other way. So if you are at a place right now where you need to make something happen, there's no other option. You don't see yourself going back to school. You don't see yourself getting another job. You don't see yourself trying to, throw your kids off on another babysitter or something like that. You don't see yourself moving to another city. You don't see yourself being able to buy another house or get another car, do whatever things you need to do. If you don't see any of those things happening, then now is the time, and you've got to make it happen starting from whence you are. You have got to believe that it is going to work. Now, before I play this video, I want you to also know, I'm not asking you to follow blindly. I'm asking you to understand that the community of people that you're going to plug yourself into when you get started with our legacy program, these are people that have already had massive success online, whether it's through this program directly or whether it's through a compilation of other programs collectively. You're going to be learning from people who know what they're talking about. You're going to be learning and following people who have proven results. I was just talking to my son. I said, listen, I know that you're a leader. I said, but when you're in school and your teachers are teaching you things, you have to be a good follower of the great leaders. Your teacher for this particular class is a great leader, but you're a leader too. Great leaders know how to follow other great leaders because there's always something to learn. And so I wanted to just stop at this 15-day mark. And I wanted to remind you that if you did nothing else but everything I shared in this previous 14 days, you could make 30K in 90 days. The secret, I've already given it to you. I've already given you the strategy. I've already given you the tactical approach. I've already given you the how-to. I've already given you the tools. I've already given you everything that you need. And you could make 30K in 90 days if you just stay consistent with that. But you know what's going to happen? You're still not going to take action on it because you're waiting for something. You're waiting. And what I want to remind you is that you've just got to go for it. You've got to do it. You got to do it trembling. You got to do it scared. You got to do it fearing if you're going to fail. In fact, let me go ahead and relieve you of this stress. You're going to fail. There. Because I know there's people out there to tell you, oh, you won't fail. You won't fail. It's guaranteed. It's 1,000%. They tell you what you want to hear. But if you really, really, really want to succeed and you really, really, really want to have a solid set of expectations for yourself, you are going to fail. And the people that understand that going in are looking for the failure. And they're going to look for it to hurry up so they can get it. They can hurry up and figure out how to get past it and move on to the next step. For those of you that are trying to avoid the failure, you're inherently failing. You're failing right now because you're avoiding failure. So you're getting failure. You're no farther along letting that fear drive you. But when you already know that you're going to fail at something in the process, then what you do is you rely on your leadership, you rely on the people in the community, you rely on the support, you rely on the trainings. You get the answers you need to tweak yourself. You get the growth. You get the injection of information that you need. You get the injection of advice that you need. You implement as quickly as humanly possible, and you get your butt back out there and you start back running. You see, 30K in 90 days is not a hard thing to do, but most will never do it. So it gives the illusion that it's hard to do. But the reality is that if you just do the steps, what happens if you could? What if it did work? I'm not going to talk your ear off. I could, but I'm not. Instead, I'm going to share this quick little video with you, and then we're going to go ahead and close out. Now, before I get going in the video, I want to bring your attention to the link that is in the description, whether it's above or below the description. There's a link to get the blueprint. I want you to click on that link. I want you to put your email in that box, and I want you to watch that video right there. It's going to give you the blueprint on what we're doing. And I want you to join me in this 90-day challenge. Is it going to require some capital up front? You bet your bottom dollar it is. It's not free. But would it be worth it if it was free? Look at all the free stuff on YouTube. How come you haven't become a millionaire from that yet? Look at all the free ebooks you've downloaded. How come you haven't become a millionaire from that yet? Look at all the free training and videos I've done. How come you haven't made 30K from that yet? Because you see, none of that really even matters until you decide that you're going to believe in yourself enough to put your money where your mouth is, to invest in yourself. And what you invest in yourself, no one can ever take away from you. And if there's anything that my mother taught me as a child growing up, it was whatever you put in between these two ears, nobody can ever take that away from you. Now, what does that mean in this day and age? Well, when you learn these skills, you'll always be able to make money because you'll know what to do. No one will ever be able to hold a paycheck over your head. Nobody will ever be able to hold a commission over your head. Nobody will be able to ever hold anything that you need over your head or from you because you fear that without them, you couldn't make it. You got to believe that you can do this, and you got to believe that you can make it. In fact, that you are going to make it. So go ahead and click the link in the description. Get your hands on the blueprint. And once this video is done, I'm going to close out, and I will see you right back here on tomorrow for day number 16. Bye, guys.
There are a few things you just can't learn from a textbook, that you have to live through, to see, to be fully entrenched in. Because here is a simple truth. This world is a tough place. Getting what you want, making the most of the time you have, requires that you put yourself in the position to succeed. It means you see a finish line before one exists. Look, no one's ever gonna call you and tell you how incredible your idea is. You can't build a business on potential or win a championship on promise. Results are binary. You either accomplished something or you simply did not. Right? That's it. That's what people see, the result. So that means every second, every step of the way from where you are right now until you cross the finish line depends on you and your thoughts. How you internalize failure, how you look at setbacks. When no one is around to pat you on the back or tell you how great you are, will you have enough self-belief to move forward? Because my friends, that's the hardest part. That's what no one talks about. Having the courage to wake up every single day of your life and know that you are building towards something incredible. You are creating a masterpiece from the ground up. And that means that when you're looking in the mirror, you believe in what's staring back at you. You see the unseen and you are willing to bring it to life. That is the foundation that you build greatness on. And it's a daily pursuit, creating milestones, designing the small wins that keep you going, that keep you moving, that get you past all those times you so desperately want to turn around, but know that for you, it simply isn't an option. That is not your reality. You have more waiting for you. And so you press on, cloaked in confidence, you move into the unknown, seeking the day the rest of the world looks up and calls you lucky. They'll look at what you built and say how fortunate you are, but they won't comprehend the 20-hour days, the focus, the ridicule for being different or obsessive or nonconformist. They won't know that self-belief trumped all of that. That it was everything. The word great is separate for a reason. It implies a specific set of beliefs and values. It means you saw light when most people saw darkness. It means you said yes when most people said no. You moved forward when the rest of the world turned around. Believe in your greatness. See it, live it. It is there, and you need to know that it's there. Because it will make all the difference. Your self-belief will define you.
Believe in yourself. You can do it. I believe in you. See you tomorrow.